Hey guys, how's everybody going? And it is a real match here with another video. So I did look at the poll after a long while, and yes, a majority of you do want me to come back. Some of you don't, but that's alright. There's a few people who do want to see me, so I'll satisfy them. And if you just don't want to watch me, then you just unsubscribe, so no problem there. So today what we're going to talk about is the value of each Pokemon and their trade values. So what I'm talking about here is not their Pokebay price, which has newly been implemented into Pokemon version 4, but I am talking about when you trade Pokemon. So when you see offers up, like let's say we go to the trade page here and we go to listed Pokemon. Oh, sorry. So these are my listed Pokemon right here. I don't have too many offers, besides one on my Dialga, which is something. Yeah, I think one of my friends wanted my Dialga. No, wanted my. One of my friends wanted my Dialga, and I don't know if I accepted or not. I don't think they even play Pokemon Vortex anymore. But anyway, like what we have here, this is my a little trade page of what I've listed up. But now that if we want to know our trade prices, right? Now, okay, let's take a basic Pokemon. Let's my auctions. Sorry. Oh, this is Pokebay. Okay, so if we go to trade, and if you look at the Pokemon that I have up, those Pokemon. Okay, so let's look here. Okay, I don't have a normal. Okay, I do. So let's say I have my Electivire here, right? He is a normal Pokemon. He doesn't have any attributes such as shiny, metallic, or whatever. Like, do I have any here? Yeah, I have a Shadow Mew. So let's say we take Electivire here as trait piece 1. Okay? So he has a trade value of 1, let's say. So normal Pokemon has a trade value of 1. So normal being it's not legendary and it doesn't have any attributes, right? It doesn't have any it's not shiny, it's not shadow, it's not special, it's not unique. So this would be trade piece 1. Sorry if you can hear background noise. Um, okay, so let's say this Electivire was either a shadow, shiny, or like anything unique. This would go up to a trade piece 2, which means it'd be worth 2 normal type Pokemon, or equivalent to another unique Pokemon. Of course, it differentiates between like what kind of normal Pokemon. Because like Electivire, he's like a pretty strong Pokemon. He's a stage 3 Pokemon. So if he was a unique, like let's say a Shadow Electivire, you need to have something something that's a third stage evolution that's unique, or 2 third stage evolutions to match this trade. Um, Now moving on to a third trade piece, like trait value of 3, would be a legendary Pokemon. So let's say Entei has a trade piece of 3 here. He's not a very big legendary. Like he's not one of the well-known legendaries like Dialga or like Rayquaza or like even one of the uniques that we have here in Pokemon Vortex Darkrown. So he would have a lower trade piece to these legendaries. So he would be like on the lower legendary tier list, which here would be a 3. So if he was unique, then he would be a 4, or which would be equivalent to a Dialga. So a Dialga would probably be worth a Shadow Entei or like a Shiny Entei. In my opinion, this is all headcanon so far, but this is basically how the Pokemon Vortex trade market has worked for me so far. And yeah, I think it's pretty fair to assess the situation as is. So yeah, so if Entei is 3 and Dialga is a 4, if Entei becomes a unique, he bumps up to a 4, and if Dialga is a unique, he bumps up to a 5. So we've got a 4 and a 5 if these were unique. Genesect is again a 3. He's borderline 2.5 because he's very common. Regirock is also borderlining these like very 2.5 to 3 trademarks. Not very unique, especially to collectors who can just put them away for normal unique Pokemon, such as like a Shadow Electivire. If they need that for their collection, they'd like easily throw away a legendary for that, or at least that's what I used to do. Okay, now let's look over at. Okay, so these are all a really like decent Pokemon. I'd say like Darkrown would be a 4, just like a Dialga, and okay. Now there is another type of Pokemon that is actually worth a lot. And this Pokemon would be these kind of Pokemon. Um, Pokemon that require a certain aspect to evolve, like let's say like Mega Rayquaza requires you to learn Dragon Ascent, which is like 150,000, 150,000, yeah, 150,000 Pokedollars, which is quite a bit. So a normal Rayquaza would actually be also quite a high trade piece, like a trade piece of 4, I'd say. Same as a Dialga, maybe a bit higher, so like 4.5 or maybe even a 5. But let's say a Mega Rayquaza would be about a 6, I'd say. It'd be about a 6, and a Mega Rayquaza would be a 6. If it's unique, it'd probably be a 7 or an 8. Like, I'd say probably yeah, something around there. Now, you can also sell certain stuff in sets. Now, sets works really interestingly. So, let's say you want to sell like a set of your Pokemon, right? So let's say I've got Metallic Rayquaza, Shiny Rayquaza, every single type of Rayquaza that I can own. If you want to send that over as a set, then it would be either worth a lot more or a lot less, depending on who you're going to trade with and if they actually want this set or not. So usually a metallic, like let's say a Rayquaza, Mega Rayquaza set is actually quite expensive. I'd say like a trade value of about 60 is about my approximation of this set. Lower sets such as like let's say my Arceus, normal Arceus shiny metallic, let's say that'd be about a trade piece of a 40. My Kyurem sets would probably be about a 40 as well. And let's say normal Electivire, Shadow Electivire, complete like we had the Electivire back there. If we had all his uniques, then it would be about a 12 or a 10 trade piece. So those would be how much they'd be worth in the market. And that finally brings us to our event Pokemon, which is very, very hard to talk about. Now, the best way to do this is if you want to find how rare each of these unique Pokemon are, you just have to go to Pokedex and you just want to search them up. So let's say just Caterpie, right? I have a Santa Caterpie right here. Okay, we have these right here, and I don't know how you used to check these, but I think there was a way to check how rare these used to be. Now, you used to be able to do this in Pokemon version 3, but yeah, okay, I found it. You just have to click Rarity on the top right corner, and you just need to search up Caterpie. Okay, so I guess it doesn't show it for me. Interesting. Anyway, let's just talk about these event Pokemon in the way that I remember them. So as I remember, Christmas Caterpie, Christmas Diglets, they are pretty rare. They're like the low tier event tier Pokemon right now. They're about 1,000 in game, including like every single type of Caterpie altogether. Normal Caterpie, Dark Caterpie, Shiny Caterpie, Santa form, right? There's about 1,000 of them. I think around that much, and they're about a trade piece of normal is 4, about 20. One is about 20, I would say. So this would be about 20, 20, 20. And then there's higher event Pokemon that are like a bit better, like a bit stronger. Sorry, not a bit stronger, like worth a bit more. So like let's say, for example, yeah, Missing No, right? Yeah, this is a pretty big event Pokemon that I'd say is worth about. Okay, so this is a 20. This is probably a 30 or a 25 is what I would say. Was what a Missing No would be worth, and all these Pikachu forms, they are pretty rare. They are actually all pretty very rare. The most common one being the Christmas one, so I would not go for the Christmas one. The Christmas ones are about same as the normal Christmas ones of the Diglets and the Caterpies. They're about worth 20, and the Jedi Pikachu are worth a lot more. The Libre Pikachu, the PhD Pikachu, the Popstar Pikachu, and the Rockstar Pikachu, those are on their classes of their own. They are about mid to high tier, though that they're like not a few. There's only a few of them left, so I'd say they're worth about a 50 at least. About a 50 trade piece. Even if you like gave 50 normals, I'm pretty sure it'd instantly be declined. you have to put up like several legendaries, and you have to at least put up event Pokemon, because like the event Pokemon tier list you won't be able to reach unless you actually have event Pokemon. Like you might be able to grab like one of these smaller like Dark Caterpie Christmas for maybe a metallic, no, sorry, no, like a whole Rayquaza set, a whole set of legendary Pokemon. You probably, maybe, just maybe be able to get an event Pokemon, a very low tier event Pokemon, and then you can maybe build up that collection to get a bunch of low tier Pokemon to get a medium, a medium, a medium event Pokemon, and then so forth. And you're really gonna have to grind to like get these Pokemon. And if you want to, okay, so this was about medium to low tier, and now for a very, very, very high tier, would be about these Magirnas. Magir, Magirna. I don't know how to spell it. Here we go. Magirna Originals. Now these are very rare, so rare. There's about like 30 in the game, 20, 30 each. No, 30, 24. They're very rare, just very rare, just believe me. And these would be high trade pieces. Like, okay, let's say more of these would be like Giratina Origin, or Giratina Origin. Like this would also be another one of these. It'd be a very high trade piece. Fairy Arceus would also be a high trade piece. What else would be there? There's certain, yeah, Mewtwo Armor would be a high trade piece. Like all these event, I think you could call them buyable Pokemon. Donation Pokemon. There we go. That was the term that I was looking for. The donation Pokemon are worth about, okay, they are up there. They are about, I would say, the pinnacle of about 100. So those are probably the prices. I'm gonna flash all of them on the screen right now. You can pause and like screenshot this for future reference for how you want to trade. And if you want me to make a video about how to set up your trade page and how to make it very efficient, then please put in the comments below if you want to see that video. And please message me about what kind of series you want to see. I'm going to continue that Pokemon Vortex from scratch series. I did make a bit of progress on it, but I didn't want to post anything too early. So I'm going to put this video out, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.